Welcome to the next in our series of countdown interviews with Phil Cooper, CEO and founder of Kippsy. This is Sharing TV, brought to you by the people who share. Welcome to Sharing TV, Phil.
Thank you, Imran.
So you know the format. You have 5 minutes to answer as many questions as possible about Kippsy. Are you ready to begin?
I'm ready.
So if you can count us down from 5, please, and we'll start the clock.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is your background?
My background, Imran, is digital marketing. I had a video advertising business which I built up around Europe, and 5 years prior to that decade was property.
What is Kippsy?
Kippsy is an accommodation platform, a community, a collaborative group of people that we connect via our marketplace to take or provide accommodation throughout London.
How did you come up with the concept?
The concept was a smart alternative to hotels, and the concept came from one side, from experiencing being forced to pay premiums at spikes in lack of availability of hotels, and number 2, of trying to find a business which I believed I could scale in the next 2 or 3 years after selling my last.
When did you launch Kippsy?
Kippsy was launched 18 months ago, but 6 months operationally. We backed it with marketing.
Where is the company based?
The company's based currently in Windsor, and we have collaborators around London.
Who makes up the team?
The team's made up of 6 or 7 of us, with my nearest being Lawrence Brown, my operations director, and Deborah Davies, my customer engagement officer.
How many users do you have?
We currently have just over 100,000, of which there are varying degrees of activity amongst that group.
How does your site work for hosts and tenants?
We give the tools for the landlords to upload their properties, and to review offers that come in from the guests who sign up, provide information about themselves, and we put A to B and transact.
How many users do you have?
So we've got 100,000 users at the moment, of which I would say the core 10% are the most active.
Are you backed by investment?
We've had an angel round of investment, and we've also self-funded up to now with a VC round planned in March.
What are your immediate objectives?
Immediate objectives are to grow the network and provide value to our members on both sides.
What are the biggest challenges when introducing Kippsy to the market?
The biggest challenge is communicating how innovating we are as a business, and to do so amongst the back noise of some sort of potentially larger competitors in the marketplace.
What are your most effective marketing channels?
The most effective marketing channel's got to be word of mouth and the value of our members and their ability to explain and share.
Who is a typical user of Kippsy?
A typical user is slightly better heeled than some of our competitors, because we have an 80-20% self-contained apartment mix. And we have a lot of services such as a loyalty service and e-concierge that serve business users and esteemed independent travellers alike.
Are there any regulatory concerns you're addressing at the moment?
Nothing for us to be concerned about in the immediate future.
What will Kippsy look like in 3 years' time?
Global and a market leader.
What are the advantages of running a tech startup in the London area?
The opportunity to collaborate and the availability of resources and people.
Give us a typical day in the life of Phil Cooper.
Not so early to rise, work very late, and a few breaks in between.
Name 3 of your favourite sharing ventures other than Kippsy.
That'd be Zucchini, Zipcar, and lastly, People Per Hour.
You were recently quoted in the Evening Standard as a champion for the tech industry in London. Why did you feel the need to challenge what was said by the Airbnb founder?
There's a tendency for large US corporates to come into the UK marketplace stumble across us, and I was responding to a quite aggressive statement from them, because I'm a great believer in what UK tech has to offer, and for me that's world class.
Where can we find out more about Kippsy?
Kippsy.com, www.kippsy.com.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Imran.